So they're teaching you strategy, and so far I think I've faced one rush player, which was Chieftain Homer, and I assume this is the tank player. It should be noted that even if I were to fail this mission, because of getting bored of trying to destroy all these buildings, I would still have the Chieftain Draco killed objective done, I believe, so I could quit out now, not complete the mission, and because I've killed that guy, it would still count towards my larger quest, which is quite nice. And my macro's gone to hell because I'm not paying attention, and let's get out some more guys. Geez, thank you very much. Yes, good. Hopefully I can... If I can... Oh, how many towers does he need? I'm wondering if the AI will actually rebuild those if I destroy them. We shall shortly find out. Yes, cavalry going in first is a very bad idea because they're quite vulnerable to... Oh no, actually, cavalry are strong against archers. There's a kind of rock, paper, scissors mechanic in the early game, so archers are good against infantry, infantry are good against cavalry generally, and cavalry are good against archers generally. I'm hoping the AI isn't going to rebuild towers because it's really annoying when they do, and it can take forever to destroy buildings if he keeps rebuilding the towers all the time. I think I've got enough units to get away with it this time though. Produce more things. This is quite a slow-paced game, you know. I could literally be reading a book whilst playing this, so it's leisurely. It's like an Age of Empires game. I'm not feeling any particular rush. It's enjoyable. Nice slow dopamine release. Producing units, getting my tech up. Once you get higher in levels, the games will obviously be more interesting, so you'll have access to more units, more upgrades, more consumables. You'll have access to more persistent leveled abilities, you'll have access to more units, siege upgrades. I do actually have an upgrade building. I should have built that by now, really. But since I don't have any macro to speak of on this game, it's no surprise that I don't. So I can produce an armory. The game also has naval combat, which is a staple of Age of Empires games. That definitely remains in the format, and it's quite interesting. It's accurate. The person who has the most boats wins, which is precisely what used to happen during this period of history. Currently I've seen the Greeks and the Egyptian races in the game. I presume, based on the login screen, that there will be a new race coming out. I'm betting on the Romans. I'm hoping it's the Romans because I quite like the Romans. I'm a bit of a history buff and I find the Romans really interesting. Even though this isn't going to be historically accurate, it would be nice to have the Romans in it and go around with your legionnaires and... yeah. I'll shut up now. Come on, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. They stay in formation, so unlike in say StarCraft 2 when you move units, they all move separately. In this, you can, by default, they all seem to move together, which is quite good, and if you want to just move the cavalry, for example, double click them, send them at the archers or whatever. All in all, very standard fare. Fighting bandits all the time can get a bit dull. I mean, I know exactly what my enemy is going to do, but presumably once it gets past the tutorial stage in the quest, and these are getting quite reasonably difficult now, I'll start facing more varied and interesting enemies. It'll be nice to see how the AI handles, say, more difficult... How did I captured that? Cool! How? What? Okay, apparently I can capture that, huh? I have no idea why, presumably that's for another quest. I've lost where I was going, so I'll completely ignore whatever I was saying beforehand. Ooh, shiny thing, it's my colour! I've forgotten everything! Ooh, where was I? Who am I? What's going on? Burn to the ground. Now, another thing that annoys me is the game doesn't know when to quit. I have blatantly won. I've destroyed his village centre, I've destroyed... oh, I haven't destroyed all of the military producing things. But even if I had, sometimes it doesn't finish the game at that point. This is kind of disappointing. I'd like to see that in the game. Okay, we need to build a storehouse because that gold has run out, so I need a new source of gold. which is nice. It keeps the game, in a PvP game, it forces you to expand, and your guys will be outside of your walls, so walls are only useful early in the game. Once siege weapons come in and you're forced to go further afield to do things, you'll find that the game hots up pretty quickly. I haven't tried PvP, you can tell I'm a programmer. I haven't tried PvP yet, but I've been told that it is just precisely as you would expect from an Age of Empires multiplayer game. You've got your various stages of the game, early rush or tech, followed by siege warfare, chasing around trying to take all the resource points, building markets, building more cities, expanding allies and things like that. Come on, surrender please. Yeah, it's not quite as, there we go. It's not quite as quick to surrender as say StarCraft 2, which is kind of annoying, but it does happen eventually. Did I? Yeah, I got all the chests on this one. Did I? I must have. Oh no, there's still a chest over there. Well, I'm afraid I'm going to have to go and get this chest, because the chests are actually almost as good as the quest rewards. So if I go and kill this neutral bandit chief, I can steal the chest, and that will have some unlockable goodies which I can then use to build buildings back in my capital city. With the buildings back in my capital city, I can then produce new resources, new upgrades, new technologies, new economic structures, and the persistent MMO side of the game really comes into play. You'll notice, say, for example, that my archers have clothformation? Okay, clothformation, cloth armour, whatever. Is currently bound to these archers. They give them health plus 10%, which is a reasonable bonus. That's an uncommon piece of equipment that I probably got from a chest just like this one. So let's get this lightly guarded campfire chest. If I click the right button, there we go. Open the chest, and that is a crafting recipe for a crafting skill I don't have, so I'll sell that on. You can sell to players, or you can sell to the vendor back in your city, and we shall head there now. Travel to city, return to quest city. Don't worry, I'm still here. Let's go and check the chat. Nothing, shame. Okay. So, let's go and talk to him. Oh no, it wasn't him that gave me that mission. He gave me the stupid tower defense mission. No, in fact, I want to go and talk to this guy, Draco's Legion. Congratulations, you get lots of XP, bit of coin, 2 loot rewards, and empire points. But if I look at my inventory, I don't think I have enough space, so I'm going to go and sell that useless item. You can get more space by producing buildings that allow you to get a bigger inventory, which is a nice touch. So if I complete that, and then, ooh, excellent. So I get copper plate firings out of that, an uncommon. I think, yes, I think that's actually preferable. So that's more protection for my fishing boats. Not as much speed, but I'm not too fussed about that. Seems quite good. Apply it. Yep. You can reuse these and apply them to new ships and such like, if you wish. Those also apply to siege items, so once I start getting siege items, I'll be able to use those. Copper tools, are they better than what I've already got? Oh yes, they are. Definitely going to apply those. Sell those off at the vendor for cash. And cool. Cool. So, for those of you who didn't see earlier, this is the capital city. This is where I have all of my buildings that I've produced over time. We have the palace, where you get your technologies, and since I leveled up on one of those previous games, I can now increase my tech level. Let's have a look. Let's get an academy, research advanced upgrades. That automatically gives me those two, which is nice. and I can also produce a merchant transport. I'm actually running out of things I can get in this tech level. I hope I'll get to Golden Age pretty soon. Yes. Probably need to do a couple more quests before I get into the Golden Age, and I can finally get siege weapons. Yes, the games will be over far quicker. I can build catapults and such like. So these are the upgrades. As I mentioned earlier, this is the gear hall where you can see what upgrades you've put onto all of your units inside the game. Here is the various stores that you can use to get different items. So you can get basic equipment, you can get special abilities that go up in this bar that you can use during the game. Produce store stuffium, which is 8 slots into my inventory, for example. I should probably build one of those actually, because I'm starting to run out of space. Oh, I don't have enough gold. I'm going to have to sell something else to accomplish that. Let's sell the... I've got nothing useful to sell. That's a shame. Oh well, won't do that right now. Can produce recipe stores. So recipe stores will allow me to get recipes which I can then use with, say, my crafting skill to produce crafting stuff, or with my archery skill to produce new bows and armour. So not only do you get the items as quest rewards, but you can also craft them yourself. You have a little economy producing, say, pine planks, animal hides, etc., and these will just accumulate over time, which is really impressive. You've got full PvP. I don't know how often you can get into PvP. I've heard people complaining in the closed beta that they can never find a game, which is why I'm not going to do this on one of these live casts yet. I might try in the future, and we'll have to see what happens with that. I've got 2 crafting skills, archery and craftsman, which have allowed me to build these buildings, which I can then use to build special things like producing special abilities, for example. Got my quest givers, and what else do I have? I have, oh yes, decorations. You can produce little houses for things, which all of these cost these resources. Like, oop, I did not mean to sell that. Undo sell. And yes, I definitely didn't mean to sell those. And I think that's basically everything that I've produced so far. I've got an embassy on the off chance that somebody mailed me. I want mail. Somebody please mail me free stuff. In fact, yes, everybody please mail me free stuff. Age of Empires online store. The Empire Bazaar is where you will be able to spend real money to get access to Empire points, where Empire points can then be used to purchase special characters like Infantry Sergeant Heraclides, I think that's how you pronounce that. And he would then allow me to produce infantry units 6% faster. 6% faster. But to do that, I first have to win that tower defense quest, which I shall do tomorrow. I am determined that I am going to do that. Currently in the beta, we're getting these for free as part of quest rewards. I assume we won't be getting those as quest rewards in the final version. We will have to pay for them, but that's nice. I can actually purchase pine fortifications and immediately consider putting those onto some of my structures. Now remember that tower defense game I was having trouble with? Oh look, I can put these on my towers. Haha! Yes, I can. I really do. So that adds 10% health, which could be just enough to win that mission. So the persistent aspect of the game really does add quite a bit. Anyway, I'll be looking at things to show you next time. I'm going to leave that for today. If you have any comments, feel free to mention them on the Justin TV chat, or you can email me at admin@rusho.com, Rusho as in how it's spelled at the top there. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to stop the stream now. I'm not going to go to bed, but I'll probably make tea and do other British things. What?